because you were late to court, you were named the father by...
That's exactly what happened. Your Honor, I begged for a paternity test.
Why are you letting us call you dad when you doubted this whole time? When you started paying child support payments, that's when you wanted DNA tests. You didn't have none of this before.
They ruled without him, his CDL license he needed to drive trucks, which was his entire livelihood, was suspended. His checks were garnished from every job he worked after that. This has always been a weird thing for me. The courts are going to require that you pay, but in order to pay, you need the very thing they decide to suspend? That feels like playing a game on hard mode with very slow internet.
It don't make no motherfucking sense.
Anyway, the daughters on the other side of that courtroom heard all of it as a man who only started caring about the truth when the bill got big enough. What nobody in that courtroom could fully separate was whether those two things were actually different.
So if you're not on the birth certificate, how did he end up being named father and responsible to pay the child support?
I was told from the state of Minnesota that when they approached him in Indiana that they were going to give him papers to sign or whatever, but nobody knows where that document is.
What? Mr. Harden, did you sign any documents?
Judge Lake, I never signed any parental documents, no birth certificate. I was issued a court order because I was late for court, and they ruled as default. They actually took my truck driver license, Your Honor. This is my livelihood, Your Honor.
Two completely incompatible accounts of the same moment, and no document to resolve them. Both cannot be true, and the document that would settle it, nobody has been able to produce it. What they have produced is the paper trail of everything that followed. The CDL suspension, the garnishment records from every job he worked, the evidence that his entire professional livelihood was dismantled on the basis of whichever version of that moment is wrong. And the daughters sitting across from him heard the garnishment records and the suspended license and saw a man building a case. Because from where they were standing, that is exactly what it looked like. Watch what happens when the judge starts pressing on the number.
Almost $90,000 in back child
Because
support?
I was naive to the law, Your Honor. I did not know that I could file motions.
Well, you know, ignorance of the law is never an excuse. You know that.
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I found that out the hard way.
He's only denying us because of the back pay and child support.